Hi, everyone. How are you? I wanted to try and speak with you versus sending you a written message this time, mix it up a little. Uh, Teaching and conducting sessions via Zoom has definitely become a favorite tool that's come out of the past year and a half. If you know me, you know that I'm not a big technology lover. But I completely love and appreciate the way this brings me face to face with so many of you. The other day I said to Oliver, I feel like I say this all the time, but the strength of the energy lately has just been so powerful and extremely palpable. What's going on? And I expected Oliver to really point me in the direction of the stars, right? And he pointed me to the Schumann resonance scale, as above, so below, right? The Schumann resonance scale is basically the heartbeat and the rhythm of our earth. And there has been incredible spikes in this energy of our earth lately in terms of frequency, duration, intensity. And Oliver said that we have all been experiencing these spikes right along with her. Are you guys feeling it? It feels really powerful and it feels really fast. And I've been feeling it personally, and I've been seeing the effects of it in so many of my clients. What coincides with this, there are no coinkydinks, is that more and more and more of us are being called to awaken and live life in our own truth and on our own soul's terms, right? Oliver said that this soul calling needs to be answered. We need to answer the call. And some of you know exactly what I'm saying. And some of you may not even be able to explain it or put it into words, but you definitely know that you're being called to live a more connected and fulfilling life, one with more truth and more passion and more purpose. If you feel this way, I want you to know that there is no person or circumstance in your life that is in the way of making this happen. It's why we are all here. And Oliver says that your soul knows exactly where you are. And if you feel called by your soul to live a more authentic life, then the time is perfect for you to answer that call. So I encourage you to take whatever steps feel really good to you. Spirit will definitely meet you there. They will need to, because we can't live an authentic life without that part of us. Everything we all need to answer this call is right inside of us. So don't ever forget that. The call is absolutely purposeful. Because things are moving so fast, it is extremely important to become as self-aware as we possibly can. We need to hone our senses so that we can communicate with and stay flexible to the direction of spirit, of ourself, right? There has never been a more important time to learn to understand the language and direction of your very own divine self. Awakening to who we are is our birthright, and everyone has the ability to develop their intuition. It's truly time to become your own guru. We are all divine by design. And for those of you who don't know, my awakening was very sudden. I went very quickly from, hey, angels and ancestors are really cool, and isn't astrology an amazing tool, to having my clairaudience turned on at top volume, basically overnight. And everyone either thought that I was crazy or very lucky. And I learned quickly this was not the easy experience most people thought that it was for me. And I was a lot of things, but crazy wasn't one of them. However, for me, the intuitive process, well, it wasn't very intuitive. not for me anyway. I have a really, really strong mind. And this sudden awakening for me brought about a tremendous crisis of consciousness. It wasn't easy to reconcile my worlds at that time. And I'm grateful that I was divinely led in directions that helped me achieve enough equilibrium to stand in both of those worlds simultaneously. The biggest thing that I learned was if I didn't take a whole lot of responsibility for my sanity, my mind, my ego, and my security, my emotions and my feelings, and my devotion to this process, learning to communicate with parts of me that resided in other dimensions was going to make me feel a little cray-cray, right? No matter which world I stood in. And it was really odd. Much of the time, I either felt really great or really off. The suddenness of the awakening led me to some really exciting experiences, and my ego in turn led me down some pretty painful roads. So self-realization and developing my own intuition helped me become and feel whole. Soul self-realization. It's been an evolution for me, that's for sure. I remember one of the trickiest parts was getting accurate information for myself. I was always baffled by this. Although I was suddenly clairaudient, meaning I could hear spirit, and I was getting all this great information for everyone else, I often got messages for myself incredibly wrong. And I learned that the number one block to understanding what spirit was actually communicating to me was my own lack of internal balance. During this process of learning the language of our soul, we really need to develop trust in ourselves. It becomes a real thing. And when we're not balanced, it's difficult to trust ourselves, and our ego will make that even worse while convincing us that we can't trust spirit either. And I would really just question those who believe this lie from the ego. From my perspective, I think that they are missing incredible opportunity to evolve through experiencing the true nature of their own self, meaning the relationship between you and you, the relationship between me and me, right? The relationship between them and them. The distinction between these two components on our journey is a very, very important one. And I find even though we may not be in balance, the truth is we're getting messages from our spiritual support teams all the time, even if you don't recognize that they're there. You know, it almost can't not be so. However, it definitely takes an inner balance to realize and interpret these messages correctly. We need to be able to see them in order to be able to feel the intensity of them and move forward, right? And inner balance is also key when it comes to what we do with that information. Once we feel the curiosity or that pull in the direction of our souls, Spirit's always going to call us back home again and again, even if we turn away. There are so many paths and so many opportunities to show up again. You are always welcomed back. And I really do encourage you to pick a path that really resonates with you fully and show up for yourself every day. If your soul is calling and what I've said resonates with you, I really feel honored to be teaching a class called Soul Self-Realization. It is designed to help you understand how to safely and sanely respond to that soul star while having a whole lot of fun in the process. Developing your intuition is a practice. It's about learning the language of you. So if you are interested, please come join Oliver and I. We are going to begin with an incredible spiritual cleanse called an etheric healing. And this clearing is really designed to give you a push forward on your path and help your integration process as you move through. This is especially healing if you are experiencing feeling like any blocks or prolonged low vibe moods or feeling disconnected from yourself, spirit, or even others. When we get moved deeper into our hearts during this process, it improves our connection to spirit. It increases our life force energy, and it really plugs us back in. It's powerful, and it's designed to create real shifts. And then we're going to have some fun talking about who we are, why we're here, and how come it's so important for you to discover this unfolding all for yourself. It's a journey. And so we're going to talk about the incredible amount of support that we have on the other side of the veil and how they can help you really self-realize, right? And make all these amazing discoveries. We will help you understand how to communicate with spirit and how to obtain the needed and desired guidance from your most valuable source, you. We have some great quizzes and meditations to help you make sense of it all. And we are also going to discuss what Oliver calls the dance among dimensions, which is a lot of fun. When we choose a conscious life that follows our soul's path, we need to understand the spiritual laws that hold true for us as multidimensional beings. Knowing these can really help us gain a better perspective on the journey. And with all of this, no doubt, a real need for balance arises. And so in this class, we're going to teach you how to achieve greater balance through understanding the aspects of your feminine and masculine energies. And I love utilizing these energies as a method of unveiling our authenticity and really achieving balance in life. It's very enlightening and very empowering. And we also have a quiz to help you discover how to get there as well. I love quizzes. This is getting much longer than I had intended. And if you know me and you've been to my classes, you know they're chock full of information as well. And I love to dive deep. And this one's no different. So if you haven't experienced it, come experience your own deep dive. It's so worth it. And it's a lot of fun. The class will run on Tuesdays beginning July 13th from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 4 to 6 Pacific, and it runs over the course of 6 weeks on Tuesdays, as I said. The last class in the series is on August 16th, and we will be together for a total of six evenings, 12 hours in total, and all the sessions will be recorded, so you don't need to make it live in order to enjoy it. Cost of the program is $399, and I've put some details on a flyer so you can check back there and let me know if you're interested. And talking to you this way was a lot of fun, so thanks for joining me. I'm sending so much love your way. Namaste.